what I'm thinking, folks. This is my son's old bed, which he broke a few weeks ago, and he's been on a futon on the floor for a couple of weeks, and his new bed arrives on Friday. But that means this bed isn't needed anymore. But I've got an idea with this. It's really simple. It's just a few quick cuts here and a quick cut there. That's looking to me remarkably like extra staging to go down the side of my greenhouse. I'll get my saw. Well, that seems to fit in that spot beautifully, so I'm going to cut the legs to the right length and secure that in place. Well, that fits in rather well there. That's my new staging, my staging extension. I just need to put a block in under one corner, but we're flat and level. I wanted it slightly lower than the main staging because it's wasting window otherwise, and with two of those garden Titan trays they'll quite happily sit in that corner. So yeah, super. So now I've got my extra staging put in. These two Titan trays over here in the corner are going to become ebb and flow, flood and drain grow beds for onions and garlic we're planning, and perhaps a few other things. I'm going to shift these two reservoirs from there so that they're under there, which will make them a bit more accessible for me, and then I can have the reservoir for the flood and drain over there, and potentially for Dutch buckets over there. So that'll be all my nutrient tanks in one place, which should make changing the nutrients a lot easier, I hope. Changed those to 40mm white PVC for the drains, and got the reservoir tanks under there now. I just need to get the pumps in and the feed tubing, and then I can get some water back running to these things again. Which I'm trying to get them done as quickly as I can, but obviously the cauliflower's not happy about this at the moment. I'll press on. Let's look at this. This is my tap water at the moment, pH 9.8. I'm going to have to pull that right down before I can use it. Hooray, we've got water flowing again, so hopefully the plants in the rail will recover and not look too sad. The cucumber doesn't seem to have minded anyway, and then all the rest of the lettuce is coming out of there soon, very soon. So I can have a cup of coffee now or something. That was a hard couple of hours getting that done. We're starting to look like we're back in the working order again now. Got nutrients in the nutrient tanks, I've done the nutrient changes, got the lids on, cut the lids so they fit again, got some black white plastic on the top. Still need to hook up the freshwater reservoir, that's what I'll do next. But at least the plants are getting fed again and watered and everything. So yeah, I never did get that cup of coffee. I might have a beer now though, or get that freshwater reservoir done. I'll do the right thing first, I suppose. It's tough being good. So I've now got my freshwater reservoir hooked up. It's up there on that shelf because there's a strip light under the counter there, one under there and one under there. That's the one place where there's nothing electrical underneath it. I've got a few connections, but anywhere where there's a junction, again there's nothing electrical underneath it. This socket's right out the way, so any drips that go down. We go down to that manifold, and we're now feeding those two. I need to make a new height controller for the DWC buckets next. But you can see where I'm going with this now, because having done that rejig, I've got room under there for more tanks and reservoirs, and I've got space up there for growing things in those beds. So very soon I'm going to get around to it, but it's getting late in the day today, so that might be something for next weekend now, which will please Matt. I'm getting my root growth chamber going for the seedlings up there, but I do love the way the fog crawls off the edges. Just making sure it still works at the moment. I'll put some nutrients in now. Hopefully you can hear me alright over the whir of the air pump. Not that I've got anything in particular to say. I just thought I'd get the rest of these, well, get these and then mind the rest of them. get all these potted up. And, yeah, I've actually been generous and put vegetative growth solution and rhizotonic in here this week. I figure they can spend more than these seedlings can spend more than just 1 week in here. So I figure they can stay in here for 2 or 3 weeks. They'll probably, hopefully, get nice and big in here, and then they can go in the NFT rail after that. And I realise all the salad that's in the rail at the moment is basically a lost cause. It's all been over harvested, and I didn't get these in the ground quickly enough. Well, I wasn't basically planning for the rabbits eating all of it, but as they were very sickly bunnies, it was about the only thing they would eat. That should keep all of them going for the next couple of weeks. So, I think it's dinner time here. I think that's all I'm going to get done today. I did buy some newer, bigger buckets with lids that I was going to use for the swale filter, and I will get my flood and drain beds going for garlic and onions, but not today, sadly. Okay folks, see you next weekend. But hang on a minute. I've got blights in my greenhouse now. I can carry on. I was saving these ones for my Dutch buckets, but I need a tall, thin container right now. I could do with something about half the width, but best I've got, so one of these is getting used. This really won't take long with the right tools for the job. I've got my bucket, I've got my float valve, I've got my 15mm speed fit through connector, I've got a bit of PEX pipe, and right tool for the job. I've got some step drills. PEX goes into there, and cheap and cheerful hose is just enough to stretch over the PEX. That's probably not going to fall off in a hurry. No, we must change the battery. Made it, don't need to change the battery. There we go, we've got our little float valve in there now. So the water will fill up to the height of the float valve. That will be commoned up with all the other buckets on the same common rail, so all of the buckets will fill up to the height of the flow valve, because the water will always be the same height in all of the buckets. I'll plug it in. That's now trickling in nicely, and when it reaches the level of the float, I'll open that valve and it'll be connected up with all the PWC buckets. Right, that really is all for today folks. I'm afraid the flood and drain beds have to wait until next weekend. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.
How awesome is that?